You score a goal. You celebrate. Your teammates are piling on top of you. The crowd is losing its mind. The whole stadium is shaking. And then, completely out of nowhere, the referee gets a tap in his earpiece, jogs over to a screen on the sideline, draws a little rectangle in the air with his hands, and 30 seconds later, your goal is just gone, erased, like it never happened. No goal, no celebration, nothing. The scoreboard goes right back to where it was. If that sounds insane to you, you're not alone. And honestly, your reaction is the correct one. This is one of the strangest rules in sports when you first see it happen. But by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this happens, how it actually works behind the scenes, why it just got way more aggressive at this World Cup, and there's a twist near the end that completely flips this rule on its head. So stick around. Let's start with the basics. What even is VAR? VAR stands for Video Assistant Referee. Picture a small room somewhere inside the stadium, packed with monitors and officials, watching every single camera angle of the match live. Their entire job is to hunt for big mistakes that the referee on the field might have missed. It's not like an American sports challenge flag where a coach has to ask for a review. Nobody has to request anything. VAR can just show up uninvited, like a surprise inspection nobody saw coming. In theory, this should make the game more fair. Every call gets a safety net. In practice, it means no goal is ever truly safe until VAR officially says it's safe. There's always this tiny pause in the back of everyone's mind, even during the celebration. Now here's the part that actually changed heading into this tournament. The new powers added for 2026. For years, VAR could only check a short list of things. Was that goal offside? Should that have been a penalty? Did the referee accidentally card the wrong player? That's basically it. This year, FIFA looked at that list and said, let's give it a lot more to do. First big change. VAR can now overturn a second yellow card. Quick reminder if you're new to this. 2 yellow cards in one game automatically becomes a red card, and that player is sent off immediately. Game over for them. Before this rule, if the referee mistakenly gave someone a second yellow, that was final. No fixing it. That player's day was done. Now VAR can actually step in, review the moment, and if the ref got it wrong, send that player right back out onto the field like nothing happened. Here's where it gets interesting. VAR can also check corner kicks now. This sounds small. It is absolutely not small. Every single corner kick awarded during a match is now being quietly double-checked behind the scenes to confirm the ball actually last touched the player everyone assumed it touched. Get that one detail wrong, and an entire sequence of play that leads to a goal 2 or 3 minutes later can be wiped out completely, retroactively, after the fact. And then there's the wildest update of all of them. VAR can now look backward in time. If a foul happened before a corner kick or a free kick was even taken, and that earlier foul directly led to a goal afterward, VAR is now allowed to erase that goal because of something that happened before the shot, not during it. You know the type of moment I mean. Everyone's already hugging, already celebrating, and somewhere in a back room, someone is calmly rewinding the footage to check what happened 10 seconds earlier than you thought mattered. So how do you actually spot this happening live during a match? Here's the signal to watch for. When a review kicks in, you'll usually see the referee jog over toward the sideline, draw that little rectangle shape in the air with both hands, and walk to a monitor set up just off the pitch. That's the universal signal that an official review is happening. Sometimes it's even quieter than that. The booth makes the call themselves and just whispers the decision directly into the referee's earpiece. No monitor, walk required at all. Either way, the entire stadium just stands there, frozen, waiting, nobody quite sure what's about to happen. This sounds simple. It really isn't. In American sports, replay review usually comes with a clock and a clear structure. A coach throws a challenge flag. There's a known process everyone can follow along with, and you generally know roughly how long the wait will be. Soccer has basically none of that structure. VAR can step in on literally any goal, any penalty, any straight red card, or any case of mixed-up player, completely on its own, at any random, unpredictable moment, and nobody, not the players on the field, not the fans in the stands, not even the commentators calling the game, knows exactly how long that wait is going to last. Now here's the twist I promised you earlier. VAR doesn't only take goals away from people. During this exact tournament, a substitute came off the bench and scored what looked like one of the fastest substitute goals in World Cup history, barely 12 seconds after stepping onto the pitch for the first time. The referee's very first call on the field was offside, no goal. Completely heartbreaking moment for that player. Except VAR stepped in immediately, reviewed the replay, found a tiny touch from one of his teammates right before the ball arrived, ruled that small touch actually played him onside, and overturned the original call. The goal counted after all, and that player got his celebration back. So yes, VAR absolutely can crush your celebration in an instant. But it can just as easily resurrect a goal that everyone in the stadium already assumed was completely dead. It genuinely cuts both ways. And honestly, that's the entire point of the whole system. Getting the actual correct result on the scoreboard, even if it costs everyone a few uncomfortable silent minutes along the way to get. Even the professionals who helped design this system aren't fully convinced it's perfect yet. Former World Cup referees who worked directly on building these new rules have openly admitted in interviews that they're genuinely nervous, specifically about the second yellow card review. Their fear is simple. If VAR gets a borderline second yellow card decision wrong, even one single time on a stage this enormous, could spark exactly the kind of controversy and outrage that VAR was originally built to prevent in the first place. There's also some quiet new technology working behind the scenes alongside all of this. The official match ball used at this tournament has a small sensor chip built right inside it, constantly tracking its exact movement and instantly feeding that data straight to the video review team. Combine that with advanced player tracking cameras positioned around the stadium, and officials can now spot an offside call accurate down to just a few centimeters, a margin so small that no human referee's eye could ever catch it in real time, no matter how experienced they are. So here's the one-sentence version of everything we just covered. VAR isn't broken when it erases your goal. It's actually working exactly the way it was designed to work, just with a much bigger job to handle than it used to have a few years ago. Next time you're watching a match and you see a goal get celebrated, then suddenly paused, then reviewed for what feels like forever, ask yourself this question instead of getting frustrated. Would you genuinely rather have a wrong call stand on the scoreboard forever, or would you rather wait 3 uncomfortable minutes and actually get the real result? If this finally made VAR make sense to you, go ahead and subscribe, because next up, I'm breaking down the rule that confuses people even more than this one does. Why the clock in soccer never actually stops running the way it does in literally every other sport you've probably ever watched.